Crypto.com now has debit and credit cards in multiple tiers. Specifically for this video, we're gonna zoom in on the Ruby Red for a dedicated review. So we're gonna check all the benefits, the requirements, the competition, and if it's worth getting. So guys, don't forget to strap in and let's find out. We started this review series for the Crypto.com cards with the free Midnight Blue tier. However, for this video, we're going to shift one gear up and go towards the Ruby Redcard. It ain't no longer free, but it has way better benefits. So guys, I think this is for many people the right card. But let's talk quickly first about the benefits of the Ruby Level Up tier. And it starts already with the card itself, because this ain't a cheap plastic card. This is actually a true metal card. Unfortunately, I do not have the Ruby Red card myself, but I do have an other metal card, like for example the J Green here, and what you do feel directly, it feels very heavy and it is also very sturdy. If you compare it, for example, to a normal credit card, like this one here, it is super flimsy, can easily move, can also easily break. I think you can also break this card here, but it is a lot harder. And overall, I also do very much like the design of the card. If you do get a debit card or a credit card, the design will slightly differ, but they are both made from metal. Anyways, enough talk about the card design. Let's talk about the actual earnings potential of the Ruby Steel card. And on this page, you can see that you can earn up to 2% cashback with the debit card with a $25 rewards cap. If you want to get the credit card though, only available currently in the US, there's a 2.5% cashback in the first year with no spending reward cap at all. Important to mention also, it doesn't matter in what category you're spending. It is for everything. So gasoline, groceries, on everything there will be a flat rate of 2 or 2.5%. There are a few categories exempt from cashback, but that is to prevent fraud. But overall, 99% of my spending, I am getting cashback. Unfortunately, for the Ruby Steel card, there are 0% additional bonuses for travel, but you do get, of course, the base 2% fee. However, there are some other bonuses as well. We do, for example, have here in the crypto category, the trading rebates, 0.075% for buying crypto. But also in the earn section, you do get 0.25%, and we do get the referral bonus as well. Then if you go to the stock section, we also do have some stock bonuses. So if you transfer your current stock to Crypto.com, you get 1.25% with a limit to $2,500. I would say this is quite a nice stock bonus, but guys, not in every country this is yet available. Then we also do have banking. Banking, you will get a personal cash account, of course, global transfers, but the most important one, the first 3 months, 3.5% rewards on cash, and after those 3 months you also get 3% annually as well. And if I take a look at my personal bank currently, I only get about 1.15% on my cash. So guys, this is actually quite good if you do get the Ruby Steel. Finally, we see 0.2% rebates on crypto purchases in the first 30 days. So quite neat if you ask me. But do remember, guys, also banking is not yet everywhere available within the Crypto.com app. It is still, for example, coming to the EU. Then finally, we do have the services available. And for services, it ain't much for the Ruby Steel, but this is actually quite neat as well. We see 6 months of Spotify. So 6 months, you get 100% cash back on your Spotify subscription if you pay with the Crypto.com Visa card. If you do live in the US and you're new to Crypto.com, you can also get a welcome bonus worth $150 if you spend $2,000 within the first 90 days of getting your card. So it's definitely also not too shabby. If you're going to sign up at Crypto.com, then don't forget to use my referral code CoinBaron to get some additional bonuses as well and to support the channel. Link is in the description. Anyways, the cashback and also the welcome bonus that you do receive are sent to you in the form of the Zero token or the former Crypto.com coin. Overall, this token has quite some bullish momentum now in 2025. So I think it's a decent hodl. However, you can also directly convert it to US dollar, Bitcoin or anything else because it's immediately available. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, the perks for the Ruby Steel card are looking quite good. But how much money, how much cash are we actually talking about? And of course, it will differ for your personal situation. But for this video, we're going to take a look at the median American household with their spending, their saving, and also their stock account. Let's start with the cashback. Our example family spends $1,500 every month with their Visa card. And with a 2% cashback from the debit card, they would get $30 every month. But unfortunately, the spending cap is limited at $25 regarding the bonus. So every year they would get about $300 worth of cashback. However, if they would get the credit card, they will get 2.5% every month and there will be no limit. So then we're talking about $450 every year worth of cashback. Then we also have 3.5 and 3% rewards on the banking account of our example family of $8,000. So every year we're earning an additional $250 on banking. Next up is the stock bonus of 1.25%. And our example family has a good amount of stocks worth $40,000. So we get an additional $500 worth of stock bonus. And finally, we do have the welcome bonus of $150 because our family also spent enough during those 90 days. If we then add up all these numbers, in total, we get for the debit card, $1,200. And for the credit card with the additional cashback, we get $1,350. So overall, guys, not too shabby. And I even didn't add any crypto bonus at all because you also do get the additional trading cashback. But okay, guys, I don't know if this example family is doing any crypto. Next to all the rewards we did mention, I completely forgot to include the 6 months worth of Spotify as well. So you can add an additional $60 on top of everything we did mention. So we're talking about a total reward of about $1,400. So that is definitely not a bad deal. But what's the catch? And well, you might have read it already, but to get the Ruby Redcard, you need to deposit $500. And not just dollars, no, you need to buy the Zero token. $500 worth of the Zero token. And if you do not live in the US, it can also be 700 Australian dollars or 450 euros. But anyways, you need to buy the Zero token. And once you get it, you also need to lock it up for 12 months. I do believe that the future of the Zero token is pretty bright. But as always, guys, it is a cryptocurrency. So it's a lot more volatile than the dollar. So maybe after those 12 months of a lock, the price might have gone up, but it also might have gone down. But let's assume the worst case scenario, and that's probably not going to happen, but let's assume all those $500 are worth nothing after that year. The Zero token has been along here for a long while, but let's say the worst case scenario, it goes down to $0. In that case, you still have all the cash back worth, give or take, $1,400. So you're earning almost 3 times your initial investment in the first 12 months. So I personally, guys, would say this is a no-brainer to get at least the Ruby Redcard. But as always, there is competition around as well. Regarding competition, there are a lot of different services out there as well, but it really depends on where you live. For example, for the credit cards in the US, you could maybe also get the Coinbase One card. That gives you 4% cashback, so that's more than the 2.5% from the Ruby Red. However, there is a subscription needed for this. And also, the spending limit is only $2,500, while you can do $25,000 with the Ruby Redcard. So, does have its drawbacks. Same also here for the Buyback card, 10% even, but limited to $150. So also less than the Ruby Redcard. Then also, maybe if you want to do a different one, you can do Revolut. A lot of free subscriptions, but no real cashback. So completely different one, but it's also an option. In general, I would recommend to explore the different options as well, because every card comes with its own set of different drawbacks. But personally, I think the amount of drawbacks are the least for the Crypto.com Ruby Redcard. And also Crypto.com offers the best set of different things available. So banking, stocks, and also crypto. So for me personally, I am definitely going with Crypto.com for this matter. If though you're choosing crypto.com, you could also consider getting the Midnight Blue card. It's the free tier, but you will get less cashback. If though you do have the $500 spare to invest into the Zero token, I do believe, guys, that the Ruby Redcard is the better option. More cashback, free Spotify, and overall better bonuses. And if you take a look at the return on investment, you will definitely make your money's worth of the Ruby Red. So guys, I do recommend actually getting the Ruby Redcard. For me personally, we might even want to look up one tier to the Jade Green, but we'll talk more about that in the upcoming video, guys. So don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and guys, also check out the Midnight Blue video if you haven't seen it yet.